39 items on the agenda, and all of them have been taken. I will take the first one by talking about the very much anticipated information about the new minimum wage. I've been asked questions before the beginning of the Federal Executive Council meeting today on what is going to happen, whether the federal government will have a position, a final position on the new national minimum wage. We want to state that, of course, there was a report by the Tripartite Committee set up by Mr. President involving the government, meaning government, local government, and the state governments on one side, on another, the organized private sector, and on the third leg, the organized labor, TUC, NLC, and their affiliate bodies. Now, these three make up the, as you know, the Tripartite Committee that negotiated the new national minimum wage. Recall what has happened, that two members of the Tripartite Committee, meaning the organized private sector and the government representatives, reached an agreement which they forwarded to Mr. President. Of course, you know that the organized labor had an objection to that, but consistent with the way it should be done, the Tripartite Committee has submitted its report first to Mr. President, and then there was a memo to discuss that at the Federal Executive Council meeting. I want to inform Nigerians here that the Federal Executive Council deliberated on that, and the decision is that because the new national minimum wage is not just that of the federal government, it is an issue that involves the federal government, the state governments, local governments, and the organized private sector, and of course, including the organized labor. That memo was stepped down to enable Mr. President to consult further, especially with the state governors and the organized private sector, before he makes a presentation to the National Assembly, before an executive bill is presented to the National Assembly. So I want to state that on the new national minimum wage, Mr. President is going to consult further so that he can have an informed position, because the new national minimum wage, like I said, is not just an issue of the federal government. It affects the state governments, it affects the local governments, it also affects the organized private sector. And that is why it is called national minimum wage. It's not just an affair of the federal government. So, Mr. President is going to, he has studied the report and he's going to consult wider before a final submission is being made to the National Assembly. I feel that we should make that known, make Nigerians to know that position, because there's this intense anticipation, especially the newspapers today are reporting that a memo is likely going to be discussed on the new national minimum wage. So it is imperative that we let you know that.